Uh, Again, welcome everyone. Uh, Today's session is about thematic analysis, and we will be focusing on what is thematic analysis and how we can use thematic analysis in MAXQDA. Um, to start with what is thematic analysis, there is no one single definition or one single approach of thematic analysis. There are different variations and approaches of thematic analysis. I'll be referring to it from now on as TA. When I hear or read what people say or write about thematic analysis, uh, for me, the first thing that comes to my mind is Brunner-Clark thematic analysis. And you can see there, this is their book to the right, that the last book they have published in 2021, and it's the most popular by Bruni Clark about thematic analysis. However, there are like other types of thematic analysis that researchers use. In today's session, we'll be talking about Bruni Clark thematic analysis. So thematic analysis is an umbrella term. It has because it has many different approaches and differences. So you need to think about which thematic analysis you want to use. For that, and again, because today we're talking about thematic analysis in Brunel and Clark. The TA in Brunel Clark is very flexible for many purposes. However, it is not all is not you cannot journalize it for any research design or questions. You have to think about whether the purpose of your study fits, the theoretical framework of your study fits, the research questions. Do they meet? Do they meet? Are they all connected together or not? The key applications for thematic analysis, Bruno Clark, is how so you can explore experiences, process behaviors, perspectives, or social constructions. For example, I've used thematic analysis during my thesis. I wrote it uh, in 2020 and 2021. So I wrote about why graduate students face the challenges in academic writing. I know it's a very simple topic, with lots of but I have done mixed methods of study, and it was more focused on students rather than on professors. However, I have included professors and supervisors in the study to to see their perspective on that. I'll share the link because I've used thematic analysis there, as I said, and I think it might be helpful to know what is the end result would look like when you use thematic analysis. Moving on, the sample size in TM. So there is no guidelines, like strict guidelines on how many people you should have in your interviews or your sample size. So the decision that you need to take should meet with your research questions, as I said, the purpose of the study, the data collection methods that you are using. And the focus should like the I have done thematic analysis in three different research papers, and I have noticed like the first time I submitted uh, a research paper for a journal, I had only some participants, so I got rejected, and I thought maybe the quality of the writing was not good. So I had to same people, different. I improved and polished my writing and submitted another journal, and they said the rejection is because the number was too low. So it's best if you have at least 15 interviews or 15 participants in your when you do thematic analysis. This should save you lots of time. I also have heard if you're a researcher, you probably know that we all been told that research should be objective, not subjective. And this is one of the problems I faced when I was defending my thesis, is that I had only quantitative uh, researchers and supervisors in my committee, so they refused my thesis on my thematic analysis. One thing we all should know about thematic analysis is that it is subjective, not objective. So you will be on the page. You need to reflect on your ideas and your feelings and your thoughts there. And I think it's really interesting and really important to do that in thematic analysis. However, when you're dealing with mixed methods or researchers or supervisors who are not aware about thematic analysis, this might not be uh, something that they would accept lightly. So you need to talk to them, um, show them why the researcher need to be subjective rather than objective in this context. Uh, and today we'll be talking about more on how you can reflect and how you can help others understand thematic analysis. Uh, now, in their book in 2021, they have six stages or phases of reflective thematic analysis. And these stages, you cannot skip any of them. uh, every phase is very important for the next one. You cannot skip the reading or familiarizing yourself with the data set and just move to coding because it would be extremely complicated. One thing, another thing is that MaxQDA offers lots of tools for each one of these phases. And today I'll be talking about the theoretical part, then I will move to how MaxQDA can help. So I hope you follow up and let me know if you have any questions in the chat box. So these are some quotations from from Ron and Clark from their book about these phases, and I've highlighted some of the important parts in there. So the first phase is when you read and reread and reread your data and making brave notes about any ideas that you might find interesting or intriguing uh, or surprising or shocking. So this is where you need to read your data, but read data as data. Don't. It's not creative reading. You need to think about what are you reading here. And for that, you need to make rough notes about things of potential interest, ideas to explore further in coding, and your responses to the data. What do you think about the data that you are reading? As I said, it's subjective, not objective. So you have to unpick the assumptions of the initial responses from your observation. Some questions are very helpful when you can ask yourself as you read the data if that was familiar or not. If it was not, how and why is it unfamiliar, and why are you reacting to that data in that way? It helps a lot at the end of this phase is to write formalization notes. You can use for that before we have you can use that. Uh, Before that. So I think this point so far is clear, is that you want to read through data truly. You might need to read it like once or twice or three times, depending on the how intense the data that you have is. And based on that, you can, move on with to the second stage. But writing notes, like not, I'm not saying like you need to write a summary. You should write something that your initial reactions. What do you think? The reasons behind the responses of your participants. Um, But before we move on how can MAXQDA help, I have some important notes I want to make about if you're dealing with recorded data. And this comes from Ronnie Clark book as well, is that they recommend notation system. Now, when we transcribe your data, now AI offers this, and even also in Mexico, that you can transcribe your data using AI. However, if you're choosing to do it manually, it's best if you pause and reflect on your assumptions and expectations and your position to the topic. So are you insider researcher or outsider? What is your perspective on what are you hearing? What are the similarities and differences in the data? And what is your take on the data? So here again, because in recording you will hear different you will know whether the person you are interviewing is nervous, happy, sad, excited, not joking, frightened. All these emotions and the pauses that they have, all these things are really significant when it comes to analyzing to analyze and to code your data. So keep these things in mind. Also, some of the questions that can help you facilitate analytical engagement with on your data and make sure that you reflect on your data. These are the sort of questions that you can ask yourself. I'm not going to read them. You can take a screenshot if you want. However, I'll be sharing this page with you anyway. Okay. Now, how can MaxQDA help? Well, there's two ways that, sorry, there are like many ways that Mexico can help. But when it comes to reading, the reading and rereading section, which is like the easiest one, any researcher can do it. And it's usually and often recommended for new researchers like master's degree students is that colorful highlighting. I remember when we a couple of sessions ago when I told you about the sticker notes and the marker, and we read the script and we just highlight areas of interest. This is what I meant by color highlighting. But again, you have to be mindful with what you are coloring because um, yes, you're doing it online. You will say like, okay, red is for interesting things, blue is for quotations, for example, black things that I don't want to include, and so on. So this mindful coloring will help you and when you visualize your data. You don't want to overuse it or misuse it. So it would, when you visualize your data, it would look like nothing really interesting, or it would be like misleading. So mindful coloring would help you in next stages when you want to visualize your data, when you want to understand your data better, when you want to see how your coding has it changed. Um, in like in coding, in document coding, or the code system or the frequency of your work. And I will show all these things just in a bit. I just want to explain the second point, then we will move on to application. The second one is when it's mostly for people who want to move very at a faster speed with their analysis. And this is like expected or recommended for advanced ish researchers. The tools we'll be talking about today is MaxDic2 tools. I'll be talking about interactive word tree and how we can use them in data analysis. All right, I'm gonna skip to that part. Okay. So here's MAXQDA again. We are here. These are the interviews I have done in 2019, towards the end of 19, beginning of 2021, 2020. And they are about whether graduate students face challenges in academic writing or not, which again, the short answer is yes. So today I'll be talking about how we can do the slow reading and how we can do the fast paced advanced-ish reading. The easier one, the slow one, is when you come to you see this button in here in the menu. Uh, I'm not sure if you can see it or not. Okay, I think you can. So in the menu here, you will see a highlighter with like red color or different colors. The best thing to do is you can highlight the area that you find interesting, or you see like, yeah, this is really important, or this is really intriguing. Why this person mentioned this and that? So you highlight it. Uh, you pick any color that you want and you just give it that color. Now, here it became a code. It has been coded in here. And at the same time, it came here with the name color, sorry, the color's name, and it's really like interesting ideas. So for me, I have coded, so I gave a label to this color as this is where I'll be using interesting ideas or interesting thoughts in my data. For example, here you can see that I have included other colors, and I said, yeah, so the red one is going to be quotations, the blue one will be examples, the yellow one will be like to double check whether like I want the information or not. So this is when it comes to coloring, and I think it's really simple. Instead of doing the coloring using a sticker and trying to do things manually, which is totally fine. I still do it from time to time. Doing it on computer saves us lots of time and efforts, and you can do it everywhere. Uh, the second one is MAXQDA. Now, if you come here to the menu above, you will see that we have MAXQDA menu. Here you have many opportunities to read your data or to understand your data. I will not be talking about all of them, or I'll be talking about a couple of them. I'm going to start with the word tree. Now, if you come to word tree here, and you click there, you just like word tree, and it asks you which documents you want to add. So this is based on your document system. So all you need to do is drag and drop the documents that you want. So I'm gonna go with a couple of them. Okay, I have like 5 of them. Once you click OK, you will have a tree. You would have this screen. So couple of things about the screen now. Now, here you can change how the text would look like. For example, like in the middle, to look like this, or to like another way of formatting it. Now, this, if you hover over it, it will show you how many times this specific word has been said, right? But and to which sentence is it's connected, this specific letter or specific word, to which letter it's really connected. Now, you don't have to stick to the same one. You could change it from here. You have now here a box, and you can see, you can change the wording. So it shows you like it has one more than the 1,500 branches. But here they only mention 51 branches. So instead of I'm gonna go with academic writing because this is my main topic, or we can to go with anxiety actually. Anxiety. Okay. So with anxiety, we have 15 branches. So it's not mentioned like 15 times only. The word anxiety has been mentioned um, more like branches, not only like one sentence. It's more than one sentence. So you can see here the frequency of the word anxiety in these specific documents. In these 5 documents that I have included, you can see them. And here on the right, you can see how they were connected to each other. Now, if you hover over any word, you will see if you click on any of them, it would alter the map. So, for example, mind or writing. So with writing, you see it has a change entirely. Now, if you go to any part, anything from here, any word that you find interesting or you want to search for that word, you can find it in here really easy. Now, if you found like the word tree or the combinations of the words that you're reading about is really interesting, you could copy paste it, or you can send it to YTT, which is our subtopic for today. So this is about the word tree. Another tool or another thing you can use is word combinations. It's right next to word tree. Word combinations, you will have this in your window. So you need to search for 2 word combinations, so 3 words you can add. So like it would be like a phrase. Here you can ignore like hyperlinks, email addresses, numbers, all these things that would um, disturb your search. Uh, you can play with the differentiation, whether you want to focus on document groups or document cells, sets. You want a top level documents or second level. Sorry. And you can choose like the number, the other filters in here. You can choose other languages as well. And once you click OK, you will have this. Now, this is the word combinations the of all document system. So you can see that all of them are like 2 to 3 words, because this is how uh, we added the information to the system. Now, if I change 1 word to 3 words, I would have a longer list. Uh, so this is the frequency of these words. Now, they look interesting. Maybe I can send them to YTTT, but I could change it to I want only top 10, for example. So I'll have like these top 10 in here. So this shows the frequency of these words, the frequency of them in each document, how many times they have been mentioned in each document, these word combinations. Now, this looks really good, but if you want to also to visualize it, you could come here to the word cloud, and if you click here, it would look like this. Now you could add less words or more words, depending on like what you really exactly want to convey. But I think this would really look interesting. Also, if you hover over it, you can see how many times it has been mentioned. Uh, so, and again, you can copy it or send it by TTT. YTT is like another whole universe of help. Uh, so another tool is the word frequencies. So here you could go with word frequencies. Again, same like similar concept to word combinations, but this is only works for single words. So if you click OK in here, you will have this. So you see only 1 word. They don't have like a combination of words. And it works the same thing. You can like get like the top 10, you can visualize it again, and so on. Um, so this is about the max dicto. Um, I just want to mention another point. Now, imagine that you have worked on PDF files or Microsoft Office files previously, and you want to use them again in MAXQDA. The good thing here, and the great news actually, is that if you import any data from Microsoft Office or from like PDF files, and you have comments on these files, MaxQDA would automatically transfer comments comments as memos to MaxQDA, and any coloring that you have done in any text file or PDF file, uh, these would turn into a code system. So these will look like codes. They will be very long, so you have to shorten them. And these comments would turn into memos. And we have talked about memos yesterday. So it's really interesting feature instead of doing it like manually twice. If you have done something like previous work in the past, and you can import it to MaxQDA, and it's a lot easier, to navigate all your work in the same place. Let's continue with phase one. With phase one, we're still in the first phase, with making brief notes about your ideas. Here, you could use paraphrases, you can use comments, you can use memos when you want to write the familiarization notes at the end of your initial reading or your first reading. Uh, and here, again, we'll talk about paraphrasing really quick. Now with AI in the picture, can do almost everything with AI. It's pretty frightening at some point, but interesting as well. So here, for example, I'm reading this one, and I want to paraphrase this one. So when you want to paraphrase, you could the first thing you need to do is you need to uh, open the paraphrase mode, and you will see that the menu has changed to analysis menu. And here also the button would look a bit like a little bit gray. So here you just highlight the area you want to paraphrase, and you can write your own, you can paraphrase it in here. Uh, Usually what I would do is that I would read my own data very carefully once, twice, three times, then I would paraphrase. For the sake of only showcasing today, I'll be using AI Assist immediately, and this is something I will never do. And at the same time, we recommend not doing it unless you have a good grasp and a good grip of your own data. So AI Assist, and I want to have it like a short paraphrasing of my data. So yeah, this sounds about right. You click OK, and you will see that it came here as a like the paraphrasing parts. And also anything that you paraphrase, it would look like this in the code system. In the code system, you will see paraphrase segments. They come as in the coding system as well, because you can use them at some point, and you should. Another thing that you can do is that, for example, the lack of academic writing, there's this sentence, so I need to know the difference, like what sets this formal normal writing like novels and literary writing from academic writing. I did not get this idea. This is one of the things, the confusion that graduate students face with academic writing. Um, so here, if you want to add a comment here, all you need to do is that you can click on this code twice. If you click twice on any code here, you will have the comment window. In the comment window here, you can write what do you think about this code. You can reflect your own ideas. You can share your own personal perspective into that. And once you click OK, you will have comment in here. But also, as we said, when you want to write the overall picture of your initial reading of this specific document, for example, the best thing to do is to go for memos and add in document memos and sorry, you can like add free memo and you can write, sorry, you can new free memo and you can write your own analysis, your own analysis of the first phase of reading this specific document, your familiarization notes. And this sets us and takes us to the second phase. So in the second phase is when you start coding your data. So in coding your data, you need to have analytical, meaningful description codes of your data. And here, and at the end, you need to collate or compile them into a coding system. If you do this like manually on a paper, all these steps would will be donating at one thing, but another thing is that they'll be in too many different places, and you need to collect all of them together, so it takes lots of time. However, when it comes to MAXQDA, the compile of data to collect them in one place, it happens automatically. It's not a separate stage of research. So there's two types of coding ranges or levels of coding. There's semantic and there's latent, and you have to be careful when you use thematic analysis. You need to state which one are you using. Are you using one of them or using a combination of both of them? It's really important, and I have read it so many times. People say thematic analysis, and that's that. But there is something missing. On what level are you analyzing your data? The question would most probably journals or researchers would ask. So here, as we have talked before, a code it captures the analytical interesting meaning of your data. And any code should be inclusive, comprehensive, and systematic. Codes should, explain the semantic, the explicit meaning of your data, or the latent, which is the underlying meaning of your data. Either way, your coding must be praised out to explain the relevant meaning in your data. Also, when you code your data, you have to give each interview, each participant equal attention. You cannot, and you should not just like go through it really quickly and it's like, yeah, I've done my coding. So this means that you need to go through multiple coding cycles at some point. And at the end of the coding circle, you need to come up with a list of codes, and all the data relevant to each code could collected together. And as I said, this coding list is very important. And as you have seen in MAXQDA, once you highlight an area and you give it a code, it all comes in the same place. So you don't have to move it too much unless you want to like merge some codes together. Now, the semantic and latent codes. This is where semantic is the surface meaning. Latent is the one that goes beyond the surface based on like pre-existing theories or concepts to understand your data. Uh, so you, like there's no magical way to decide whether I want to use latent or semantic thematic analysis. Most analysis will use both types of codes. However, in your writing, it's better if you explain what type of codes you are focusing on, or you're using, or you are seeking in that. Uh, Now, how can MAXQDA help? Now, as I said before, there are no separated phases here. So phase one follows phase two follows phase three. Here you can use categorized paraphrasing, or you could separate like paraphrase as we have done before, or you can use open coding feature. With open coding feature, I will talk about it in a second. The second thing you could do in how on how like Mexico can help in this stage is that you can use we talked about colors, we talked about memos, we talked about sets, we talked about harshery, which is like when we visualize our data. We talked about this yesterday. Uh, then we have the quiet TT, which I'll be talking about in a second as well. And here again, this the one where you need to, have all your coding system in one place. And for this one, there's nothing really you need to do because they are on the same place. All you need to do is move things around when you feel like your data would make more sense. And at the same time, you could merge some codes together, change their names. Um, so these like logistics steps, and I will talk about the open coding now. Then I'll move to YTTT. Then I'll be talking about AI assistance and how it can help in Mexico idea. Um, be back here. Okay. So open coding, as it really sounds, is when you um, code the data based on what you see. So, and this means that so for example, I'm gonna highlight an area here. Uh, citation. Sorry, I have to close this one. So here, if you hover over this one, it says open coding mode. This one right here next to the coloring marker. It's called open coding mode. If you click here and you activate it, it would turn a little bit gray here. Now, if you highlight any place, if you like, for example, if you I highlighted this one, it would called open coding mode, which means that it will it's asking me literally to give this sentence a code. So every time you highlight a place, it will just, uh, makes you like code that specific part. So this helps when you want to, like have uh, yeah, an easy way of coding your data, or like you want to like fast-paced coding of your data. So this is helpful. It's really interesting. Take your time exploring this feature. It's not really hard. It just needs lots of practice to see how your own data um, evolve as you read it. The second one and the most important one now is the QITT. If you go to the analysis menu, you will find it right there. QITT stands for questions, themes, and theories. If you click here, it will open a new, different window. And here, I think this is really important when you are dealing with um, when you're working in thematic analysis or any other type of methodology, because in here you can do all your work in here. As you can see here, you have related costs and themes, imported segments, summary tables. All these menus are ready for you to add elements for. Uh, I'm going to explain with a new worksheet from here. So if I add a new worksheet, it gives you like what you want to have the name of this worksheet. I'm just going to like demo one. What is the subject and topic of your study? This is where you need to add maybe your thesis title or findings title or the title of your study. And here you add your research questions. Now you could separate your research questions. You have different worksheets uh, for different questions, but you could list all your research questions in here. And once you finish, you will click OK. It would look like this. In my case, it's called demo. The subject interviews with students about academic writing and what are the challenges MA students face in academic writing. Now, here, if you click here on add elements and related codes and themes, it will open this window here. It's asking me which codes I want to import to this section. If I highlighted the code system, all the coding system, it would appear in here like wait a second. So here we can see all my coding system is here. Now, if you hover over the coded segments, you will see this. It's like the same button. It's like it will open a new window. If you click here on that window, it will show you the imported segments in my data. Sorry. Okay. I think we can take a break for like 5 minutes and then we'll be back. My laptop is decided to stop working for a second. Let's have a break for 5 minutes. We'll be back at 12 p.m. 5 minutes of break. Hello, everyone. So we're back. As I was saying, here you will have the list of your code system and the coded segments that you have had. And here is the list of the codes, coded segments that you have done. And you can review them, you can delete any of them, you can visualize them in a more specific place where you don't have, uh, to focus on your study in a more uh, analytical way and quantitative. But that's not everything. Also, you have imported segments. Now here, you could drop coded segments in here. And to do that is that we will make this like a little bit smaller. And here we will So add segments from previous segments or document browser windows by drag and drop. You need to drag and drop these specific codes. For example, I'm gonna it's a little bit smaller. Yeah. So I have this one in here, and I'm just gonna drag and drop codes in here. Now, here in my coding system, I have included some quotations. The ones that red are quotations. All you need to do is drag and drop them. Uh, Drag and drop them into your window. This is done. Now I have these ported segments into my research paper or my research question page, and it shows you where this specific segment came from. What is the main code, the subcode, the document that you have used, and which document that you have used, and its position in the paper. Position means like which line it is. Then we have summary tables. I'm sure we did not talk about summary tables before, but summary tables basically is when you have um, as it sounds, specific summaries of specific data in your research, and you need to import them instead of having your whole data in there. You'll just have summaries of these specific items into your data. Also, you can add related memos that you'll find, and this is important for phase one. Remember, in phase one when we needed to add familiarization notes of our own data. Usually, I faced this question from my supervisor asking me to give her and understand uh, what she can understand from my own data. So these memos help me a lot in uh, showcasing what is my data and who are in my data and how I reflected on these data. So you can add which ones that you want. That's why giving it specific names are very important, so you don't, have a problems uh, with here when you want, to choose specific ones. So you import the ones that are related to your research. Uh, Also, visualization. Now here, remember yesterday we were talking about visualization of your data, and you need to think about how you can, visualize your data, and there was like a quantity. So for here, for the sake of showcasing that, I'm gonna close this one. I'm gonna go to Visual Tools, Max Maps, because this is where we were talking yesterday. And we were doing like we had this map yesterday, this one in here. Now I want to have this one in my thesis or in my research paper or in the quantity to share it with my supervisor or for any other reasons that we want it to be there. So I'm gonna go to click here and say like I'm gonna choose the worksheet that I'm working with. So I'm working with this one. So I'm just gonna click like this, and you will hear like this soft sound. It means it's been sent. I'm gonna add another one. Just uh, maybe some of you were not here yesterday. Uh, so two case model. I'm gonna take this person and this person, and I will have this new menu. Sorry, so this is a new map of how specific people they have uh, codes in common, and they don't have things in common in here. All I need to do again is start send to QuietATT demo, and I'm gonna go back to my analysis QuietATT page, and it would open here concept map. So this is a concept map. So with each So it's not visuals, it's not the statistics. Visuals are the other ones. They are not in maps. So like we have documented browser. I'm gonna just show them again in visual tools here. Code the code ones. The anything that does not have the word map is called visualizations. But the ones that have map, it would go to concept maps. Also in statistics in here, we have other types of maps. Share my screen again. In the statistics mode as well, we have some maps. So in here, we have in the output viewer, we have all these visualization or tables or statistics about our own data that we can include. I'm gonna go back to just a second. Yeah. So we're back to QITCT. Okay, so in concept maps, now here you cannot change anything. You cannot edit in here anything. If you want to edit, you need to go back to your max maps. This window only allows you, like what it allows you to uh, reflect on your data and add your own data into a file, so you can have a final worksheet. And this is where I'll be showing you in a bit. So this is where you export your worksheets as a Word document. But here also, each section comes with insights. So in insights, we talked about you need to write your own reflections of your own data. This is the place where you can write that. You don't have to have a specific um, paper or specific document, and you get lost with these documents to analyze these things. You can have it right here, right here. You can add a table, you can add pictures, almost all the things you would need to write in Microsoft Office. You have them right here. And if you scroll down, you'll see another other one. You can have your own insights in here. And we have integration of insights. Here, this one, as it's written, you write your conclusion, hypothesis, theories. You write all the things that you would normally write when you write your any academic research paper. The end results would look like. Let me check. I don't have working here, but I will show you the end result, how it would look like. Uh, the end results. So when you finish and you have included everything that you want, you have written your insights, you have included all the important information and the visuals that you need into your own data, you'll click here on Export Worksheet. When you click Export Worksheet, you'll have this new window. Give it a name like Demo 20 on my desktop, and it's Word document. It only saves it as a Word document. You click Save and uh, we open it. And the results of my work and the quantity would look like this. The title of the worksheet, if you included the title for your worksheet, it would appear here. It would say MAXQDA 24, and the date that you have downloaded your document. Then you will have pre-made and ready table of contents with pages in this document. You will notice that some of them have memos, so they are ready for that. Each page and what it's entitled for. And I'm just gonna show it really quick in here. Tables and summaries, um, related memos, any questions, insights, your visuals and your reflection on these visuals, uh, and the conclusion as well. All you need to do is, if you want to edit anything, you can edit from here, or you can edit any quantity and uh, download it again. Now, we can talk about AI Assist in MAXQDA, then we will continue with our session. Uh, um, okay. Now, with AI Assist, as I said before, to be able to use AI assistance, you need to have uh, logged in into MaxQDA using your password and your email to be able to use AI software. Now, here to use that, there is a menu called AI Assist up in the upper section. You have here different ways that you can use AI system. However, the one that I want to talk about today, because we have a different session on AI using MaxQDA, is that AI coding and suggest subcodes. Here, for example, I'm working with Riley, and I want to suggest codes for this entire document. All you need to do is you come here to this menu in here, and there's AI coding beta. If you click there, you will have this. But here, uh, you need to do your own homework, your own input in here. Now, it will not give you right away codes. So it requires some initial reading from you and an initial coding. So, for example, I'm gonna add the education one here, and I would explain what is this education code is all about. And based on my explanation, it will help me generate codes related to education. So every time you change here or improve the quality of your writing in here, you will notice that it can code in extra new things. But with coding here, it would not highlight specific words or specific phrases. It would highlight the whole sentence or the whole paragraph. So we will see an example now. So I'm going to click OK. And so there was nothing about AI and education in Riley. Let's try it with Salim. AI coding, same thing, education. Code name has already been defined, which means that it's right here. So it has highlighted the question and the response as one code, and it has given its a name, AI education, and the name of the and the name of the document. Now I can refine it in here. I can work a little bit more on that. I can also have subcodes generated automatically using ISS from that. So here, if you right click there, ISS suggests subcodes. It will ask you which language you want to have the subcodes with. And if you have any extra instructions you want AI to learn about, click OK, and you will have 10 seconds as well. So these are some subcodes that AI suggested for education, and it would give you examples from the response of Salim or that interview. Uh, Also, you could have a summary for your own code from this one, but uh, um, we don't need it for the second base yet. Uh, so there are many tools that you can use and you can understand it from this section, but be mindful when you use AI assistance. It's as it sounds, it's an assistant. It does not do all the work. You have to do all the work. Uh, Moving on to the third phase of thematic analysis. Here is where you need to identify shared patterns and meaning across your data set. And again, you combine cluster of codes, and we talked about this one. And you need to think about a theme of your data. Now, I said generate. I did not say emerge. And I think this word has a little bit of sensitive. It's very sensitive when it comes to thematic analysis. When people write emerge, themes do not emerge in thematic analysis. You need to generate them based on your read. And to think about that, sometimes we transfer a code into a theme. So keep that in mind. Review and add coded data to help you identify potential themes in your data. Use thematic maps and tables. Start to think about latent relationship between your themes, what's the overall story of your participants in this study. And again, good themes are distinctive and part of a larger whole. Here, at the end of this phase, you need to gather all coded data relevant to each theme. I'll be showing that in a second. Now, how can MAXQDA help? We have talked about actually all of these tools, so they are not new. I will just showcase um, the summary tables because I think we did not talk about this one. But we talked about the other ones. Uh, and yeah, so summary tables. In MaxQDA, if you go to analysis part, to analysis menu, you will find three different things. You have summary grid, summary tables, and summary explorer. We're gonna go to summary grid. And here you will see a window of all your own coding system. If any code has this green background, it means it has been summarized. So just to showcase that, here are the code segments that I have in here, and this is the summary for that. Now you can write the summary manually. You can use AI to give you a summary of your code. So for example, these ones in here, let's see with Riley, uh, family and friends. So we have these coded segments from Riley, but family and friends does not have a summary. If you click here and you can summarize it in a more in a shorter way. Uh, so instead of reading all these ideas, I have the summary here now, and you will notice that the area here, it has been, the background turned into green, which means it has a summary now. Now, here with summary tables, if you click on summary tables, it will take you to another screen here. You can see a summary that I have has been made or you have made about your own data. And it looks pretty interesting because you can, change lots of things in here. You can also send the quantity. Uh, you can um, you can make summary tables. So if you click here, new summary table, you can make a summary table from your documents and from your code system. In here, for example, if I want to move with focusing group themes and with all documents, right? I would have this new table right here. I can I can remove columns. I can add ones in here. I can add specific summary for each code that I want or delete some parts of them. I can do lots of things in here. So these things are really interesting, really important when you want to have a better grip of your data. You want to uh, compile all your data in one place so you can like read it in a more constructive, analytical way. Another tool here is the Summary Explorer. If you add here, okay, we need to, okay. So I have this one Summary Explorer. I'm gonna add some columns in here and some codes in here. And there are no connection between any of them. So we need to find something that has connection. Actually, I'm gonna just count all of them. Okay. Activated documents, activated codes, and if you come to this part in here, you could see if your documents have any summary with them or not. So you could share up to 5 columns. Of course, if you have a bigger screen, you'll be able to see more. So you can see the summary that you have made for your for this specific code in this specific document. Uh, and you can download them as PDF file, sorry, as a uh, Word document and as an Excel. Uh, so this is about the summaries. Um, I think we talked about the other ones, so there's no need to talk about them. Um, Also here, okay. Uh, this is what I mean by compile clusters of codes. In here, you could see that this is the code system, and you try, to move things around so it would look uh, like a coding system. In MAXQDA, this is not a separate step. You can have it right here. Uh, an easier in an easier way just to move things around. If you want to merge some codes together, you want to delete other codes, it's easier to do it in the code window. First stage is when you develop and review themes. And here you want to see the initial fit of your themes. You want to check whether these themes make sense or not. Uh, you want to see to make critical revisions, and sometimes you need to let go. Uh, so here you need to identify the nature, character of your potential themes. So some questions that you can ask yourself as you identify these themes is like, is this a theme or a code? If it was a code and became a theme, why that happened? Why the overlap? In this case, the quality of your theme, if it's meaningful or not, does it support my data scheme or not? Are the data do diverse and wide ranging or not? And you to be able to decide that, you need to check your coded segments and the entire data set while keeping the purpose of your study, the questions, and the theoretical framework of your study in mind. At this stage, you have done lots of coding and you're trying to have initial sorry, you had your initial themes, but now you are reviewing whether you have good themes or not. Here, with the coding that you have done, you might have to let go of some coding systems that you have done. Um, as you know, when you work with your data, you become very intimate with it. Uh, so letting go part is really emotionally devastating after you spent long hours working on your data. You can finalize that with a thematic map, and we talked about thematic map yesterday, but I will talk about it again today. So here, for the radical revisions, you can write code memos. We talked about this. You can do smart coding, and we talked about this previously. You could use the code matrix and relation browsers, and you can use max maps to illustrate relationships. I will talk about this again one more time, but we have talked about the other ones previously. I'm just gonna go to max maps. In max maps, if you click right there. Okay, so this is called uh, thematic map. This is called a thematic. Sorry, this is called a thematic map because it shows all the combination of themes in one document or in all your documents. So this might sound like look really messy for some people. For others, if when you're familiar with your own data and you have read it thoroughly more than once, you'll be able to understand why this intersection is really significant, or why the lack of intersection between some themes is concerning or frightening or surprising or not interesting or boring. All these emotions or feelings, you reflect on them in a subjective manner, are very important when you write your themes and when you create your thematic map. Now, if you're happy with that, you can send it to YTTT and you write your insights there. If you're not happy with that, you can do different types of uh, maps as well. Now, uh, another one, I'm not sure if I mentioned that yesterday or not, is, yeah, I think I mentioned all of them yesterday. Okay, we move now to fifth phase, and we're like to the fifth phase, and now we are like two phases away from the end of analysis. Here you need to refine and define and naming your themes. Now, for this one, you need to make sure uh, that your themes have good names, meaningful names, and by that I mean that one word themes does not really work. Avoid uh, these trappy domain summary type names. I have fallen into that once. I'm never doing it again. Avoid using these summary type names when you write and you name your data. It should be meaningful, and it would be really helpful if you included the memo for each theme, including a short description on how or why you have chosen this theme for that. Because in your defense, or if you have a presentation or for yourself, when you go through your own data again, you will notice why I have given this collection of codes this theme. So each theme should tell the overall story of your analysis. Uh, Another important point here, because I have had this a problem when I was doing my thesis, is like how many themes are enough, or too many for that matter. So there's no magic number. There's no magic formula that says that if you have this number of data and you're writing a report of 15 pages, for example, you should have this number of themes. It does not work like this. However, Bruni Clark suggests that you have at least, a maximum of three theme levels. So three theme levels means that you will have sub themes for them. I had five of them because I had three, and my supervisor did not approve of that, so I had to change. And I had gone against the rules, but it's research, and you learn from your mistakes. So here you need to organize your themes around a central concept idea, and you need to make sure that your sub themes capture and highlight the importance facets of your themes. For sub themes, I would not recommend going more than five uh, sub themes, because it would lose its meaning at some point. So please be aware of that concept. Now, how can MAXQDA help? Uh, Maps, coding, queries, we have talked about all of them. You can write brief notes about your data summaries. We have talked about it today, quite writing your insights there. Code summary, we talked about it today. You can do it in the summary section. So you can have it a summary table and punchy, informative name for each theme. I used a trash can code in my analysis, and uh, uh, this is a place where I have included codes that I was not really sure if I want to use them again or not. So in the trash can, uh, it was well, I kept it because I want to go back to these specific codes and see if I want to use them ever again or not. So if I deleted them, I would never remember them. But when you use a trash can, you can use that, to get back to your own data and see if you want to have them again or you want to delete them. So to do that, basically, just sorry, from here and the emoji system, you can find it in here, but I have it here because I have used it before. So this is a trash can, and so I have to highlight a place to add a trash can first, uh, like an emoji. I mean, so for example, I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna just highlight this one, and I'm gonna add this one right here. So now I have this trash can in here. You could give it a name like, okay, trash code. And any area in my research that I feel like, yeah, I'm not sure if I want to include this one in here. For example, with buildings, I was not really sure. Just an example, I'm not really sure if I want to include this one in my coding system or my themes. So all you need to do is just drag it and merge it into the trash code. And I will not look when I do analysis or when I come up with my generate the themes and sub themes. I would not look at the trash code for analysis. I would go back to that at a later stage to see if I really want to use that or not. So do not delete your previous codes, let go of them, but in a trash code, so you can get back to them at a different point. And the last phase, writing up. And this is where it gets really interesting because you have done all the analysis and you think, wow, I've done everything that I can possibly can. And last phase is writing up. This is where you need to write your formal analytical writing of your thesis or your research project. And honestly, writing up starts from phase of three. I will share with you my thesis that I've written to using thematic analysis. You will see how I have written up and how my thesis have evolved when I used thematic analysis. Uh, and here is your final chance of doing analysis. You need to have extracts from your own data and make comments on them and include them in your themes when you explain your themes. You have to make radical choices and decisions when it comes to how you want to present your themes. And you need to select compelling examples in from your own data that reflects uh, the your themes and illustrate them in a well mannered. Also here, for you need to relate your analysis to your research questions and the wider context at the same time. In my thesis, I have done it like that. I would talk about research like I have like three research questions, three, four, I guess. For each research question, I would uh, include which themes I have had for this specific questions. Sometimes they have like overlapping, but that was not a problem in my line of research because they were all talking about the main topic, academic writing research. You will see that when I send it to you today. Here, there's the letting go part of your coding system, letting go of exploring and writing your work. Uh, it's really hard. emotionally at least, to let go of your own data when you want to write your final report. MAXQDA can help in different, you have so many tools to write your own research now, starting from QYTTT, which we talked about today, to summaries, to project log, we talked about this yesterday, to memos, comments, and paraphrases, all these things, all these writing spaces that you have used in the first stages of analysis and coding, you need to take all these points, read them, and include them in your final reports. Also, you can visualize your data. Sometimes you don't want to like really write everything. You want to visualize them and explain them in a more interesting, more interactive way. So maps and models that we have used yesterday, like Max Maps and the visualization tools that we have used previously, you can use them there, and you can send them to QuantiTT or Smart Publisher, which I will talk about now. Now, in a Smart Publisher, unlike QuantiTT, in the QuantiTT, you will have specific ideas, specific points, specific tools. In Smart Publisher, you have the whole project, the entire project, you will have it in one place. To do that, you go to reports menu here, and you have this new window that we never talked about today or any previous sessions. I'm saving it for another session. Next weekend, we will be talking about how to write your thesis using MAXQDA, and I'll be saving that for that session. So here, you can click on Smart Publisher, and here you can include which codes you want to add. Click Next. You can give a title page of your what is the name of your thesis or your research paper. You give the subtitle. You can include images. You include which information you want in the header and in the footer. You want to include any list of documents. You click Next. It gives you like what kind of information you want to add in your paper, in your memos, comments, documented groups, all these things. And once you click Finish, and you can save it, and then it would your entire project in one place. And it opens it for you. You don't have to go there and open it. I'll just show it in a second. Um, it would look a little bit different in the first page if I have included names for the document. But here I have the table of context, which is really hard to do sometimes because different universities they require different types of table of context. Here you have it ready for you. You don't have to go through it from scratch and learn how to do it from YouTube. Um, so you have here timetable. You have which documents you have in this specific file. You have each code, each code and which coded segments that you have done in here, and which page. So all the details that you need about your work are mentioned in here. This is I like this report publisher because I can share it with my supervisor as a proof that I have done my analysis. It's real work. I have not done it by AI. Well, back then there was no AI, but you get the point that nowadays so many people would use ChatGPT and all these AI tools to analyze their data, and it's really frightening what they are doing with that. But with MAXQDA, you have solid proof that you have done your analysis, that this data is real, and you have done the work, not AI. And Smart Publisher is just one tool among many other tools in MAXQDA where you can prove that. Anyways, I'm gonna just skip to back here. And here is like literature review. You can see that how that would look like with, survey, anything that you have included in research and you have activated, you can see it right here. Back to our presentation. We're almost done, by the way, just in case some people have things to do. I just want to mention the 3 T's in here. And this is part of Max of Bernie Clark book when it comes to thematic analysis. You need to think about a goal of your data, like why I want to do this, what I want to achieve in here, and what tools I need for that. We talked that sorry, MAXQDA offers you lots of tools for you to analyze. So you need to decide which ones I want to use. And at the same time, you need to think 2 steps ahead all the time. That means that when you're in phase one, you need to think about phase three at the same time. But you cannot skip phase two. You have to go to phase two. Try to anticipate the research process as a whole. You need to make implicit decisions for what the meaning behind your data. You need to see your data connected to your research questions, the project description, literature review. You need to make connection between these three. It does not happen overnight. It takes lots of practice, lots of trying, lots of failing at some point, and lots of revisions and lots of letting go of your own coding in your own data. These are some of the references that I have used to prepare for today's session. Again, I will be teaching an online course in January 2025 using Brony Clark 2021 thematic analysis book, along with how you can apply everything in the book using MAXQDA. It will be a course of 30 hours. We'll be using Microsoft Teams as well. I will be offering it for free. There will be MAXQDA license for 1 month for free, and it comes with a certificate from MAXQDA as well. This is all for today for me. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer all of them. And please follow me on LinkedIn. I always publish anything related to MAXQDA and any future sessions in Turkey and overseas as well. So yeah, that's all for me. Any questions?
Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I do.
I thank you very much for this comprehensive presentation and also the applications. I have a question. Are we going to have a sessions or two sessions on next Saturdays and Sundays?
Yes. Only on weekends.
On weekends. Okay.
Yeah.
No in weeks. Okay. Thank you very much.
Any other questions? Is there any registration for coming event? Well, no, as you are here, so you don't have to sign up. You just can you sign in anytime you want during weekends, and you can join the sessions. I will be sending you the materials from yesterday and from today. I will also share my thesis, and I'll send you the video for today's session. Our next session will be on next Saturday, same time, and we will be talking about how you can write your entire thesis using MAXQDA. So we'll be talking about some of the tools that I have discussed previously, And we'll be talking also about the new tools that you can use. There will be a practical session on AI and how you can use it in MAXQDA. Also, I mean, like next week will be like our last session. Everyone is going for holidays, and it's the end of the course. I will send you a link for for a questionnaire for a survey to give your feedback for this for all the sessions that I have done. And I will ask you to write your name as how you want it to look like in your certificate. This is very important, so you can receive your certificate the way you want your name written there. I don't want to miswrite it. And some people, they have not signed up for the session, so I don't have their emails. So I will send the link tonight, or actually the next session. And yeah, that's all for today. Thank you so much. Have a great day, a great night, everyone.